Here's the story you've been told. The American dream was real once. Then the world changed. Globalization, technology, housing got expensive. Healthcare got complicated. Wages stopped keeping up. And now, that's just how things are. Like weather. Unfortunate, but inevitable. Nobody's fault. I don't buy it. Not because I haven't seen the damage. I have. 20 years working in affordable housing, addiction treatment, global food systems, cooperative economics, geopolitical analysis across 5 continents. I've sat across the table from families who did everything right and still couldn't make rent. I've seen the damage, up close, personally. But here's what I know. These things didn't just happen. Corporations paid lobbyists. Lobbyists wrote bills. Congress voted. Presidents signed. Courts decided. Agencies enforced. That's a chain. Every link is a choice. In over 40 years, that chain has been pulled steadily, deliberately, in one direction. Away from workers, toward shareholders. Away from communities, toward corporations. Away from the public interest, toward private profit. No single catastrophic moment, just a long, slow accumulation of congressional choices, each one shifting a little more burden onto you. Here's what that means. If congressional policy did this, then policy can undo it. When I built my platform for this race, I kept returning to one word: repair. Not revolution, not nostalgia, not burn it down and start over. We don't want to go through that. Repair. I'm a mother. I've been a farmer. I grow food. I restore depleted soil. I invest in the future. I fix old vehicles and appliances. I believe in right to repair, literally the right to fix what you own. My life has taught me one simple thing. Things that you depend on are things worth repairing. America is worth repairing. Our Constitution, at its core, is one of the most serious attempts in human history to build a government that can't be captured by any faction, that can't be inherited by any dynasty, that has to keep earning the consent of the governed. Our ideals, liberty, equality, justice under the law, are worth fighting for. You don't abandon a democratic constitutional republic because it's been corrupted. You repair it. So what does repair actually look like? Let's go through it. Take housing. We were told it got expensive because life, demand, the market. No. Congress allowed Wall Street to gamble with housing like a casino chip paid by other people's money. They let institutional investors outbid first-time buyers with cash. They wrote zoning codes that locked in scarcity by design. They spent decades defunding the public and nonprofit housing that once sheltered millions of working families. Those were choices. Congress made them. Congress needs to make better ones. Repairing housing means community land trusts that keep neighborhoods permanently affordable. It means real public investment in housing supply, not just home ownership, but tenancy as well. And it means tenant protections that stop corporate landlords from just extracting more profit from people who have nowhere else to go. Housing is where families live, not where capital should park itself. Healthcare, same story. We spend more per person than any other country on earth, and we get worse outcomes than any other wealthy nation. It's not a mystery. The simple fact is that Congress built a system around profit extraction, not health. The American people spend over $1 trillion every year that we don't have to, subsidizing parasites, middlemen insurance companies who contribute nothing except barriers between you and your doctor. Every other major democracy has figured out universal health care. They cover everyone, they spend less, they live longer, they don't have tens of thousands of unnecessary deaths every year, and they don't waste millions of human hours begging for care they actually need. The idea that we can't do this is not a law of nature. It's a failure of political will. Repairing this means universal health care as basic infrastructure, not as a luxury, not as a reward, as the floor below which no one in America falls. Now let's talk about war. The Constitution is clear. Congress declares war. Congress hasn't done that since 1942. Since 2001, the authorization of use of military force, trillions of dollars just this century have flowed to defense contractors, occupations, and operations that have destroyed countless human lives, bankrupted our economy, damaged American integrity, possibly irreparably, and not made us safer. And every one of those dollars was stolen from schools, hospitals, roads, bridges, infrastructure, disaster response, veterans care, and the communities that carry the most burden. I know this cost personally. My husband is an honorable, 100% disabled American military veteran. He served this country faithfully, and then he was illegally abducted and detained for 124 days by a federal agency whose own leadership was later criminally convicted for their conduct. A federal judge ordered his immediate release and called his detention flat out wrong. During his detention, I took on the weaponized federal government, the Justice Department, the Attorney General, DHS, ICE, simultaneously in 4 courts. And I won. Between that and my upbringing as a Navy kid, with the family separation and the fear for my father's life, I know what it costs when America chooses forced projection abroad over care for communities at home. I know that cost in the body of the person I love. And I knew it in my childhood. Preparing war means, here's a radical concept, we only fight wars of defense, not offense. Defense of American soil, not American corporate interests. Repair means restoring more powers to Congress, auditing the Pentagon, banning weapons manufacturer donations to members of Congress, and investing the savings in the communities that have been asked to give the most and which have received the least in return. Let's talk about the economy. Because just because it's working for the stock market doesn't mean it's working for people. The economy is supposed to be a system that provides for human needs, opportunity, and coordinated activity at scale, that ensures shared prosperity and opportunity for all people, and the opportunity for wealth for anybody who wants to build it, and who does so in an honest and hardworking way. But the economy we have rewards gatekeepers. It misallocates capital. It is unfairly stacked for those who are already wealthy, and it's been used to buy political power. We don't need an economy that rewards gatekeepers. We need an economy that rewards builders. And me, I've spent years in cooperative economics, worker ownership, community land trusts, employee stock plans. I know from direct experience that when workers own what they build, everyone benefits. Repairing our economy means enforcing antitrust laws, supporting cooperatives, investing in apprenticeships in every trade that needs workers, paid apprenticeships, raising the minimum wage to reflect what dignity actually costs, and subsidizing that for small businesses so they can afford to keep their workers and stay in business. And it means strengthening organized labor, one of the only forces in American history that has consistently and successfully pushed back against concentrated wealth. But none of this happens without one thing: a government that is actually accountable to you. Right now, members of Congress trade stocks on insider knowledge they gathered while writing legislation. The Supreme Court operates under ethics rules so weak they're optional. And a campaign finance system devastated by Citizens United and many bad decisions since lets corporations and billionaires purchase legislative agendas at a scale that drowns out every other voice in the room, especially ours. Repairing our government means overturning Citizens United, term limits for Congress and the Supreme Court, public funding of elections, an end to dark money in politics, a congressional stock trading ban with real teeth, Supreme Court reform with actual ethics enforcement, and voting rights protected and expanded, including vote by mail. These are not radical positions. Huge majorities of Americans across party lines support every single one of them. So why haven't they gotten through Congress? This isn't a left versus right issue. It's a we the people versus concentrated power issue. Here's the truth about the moment that we're in. The people profiting from a broken America need you to believe one of two things. Either nothing is really wrong, or nothing can really be done. Both of those are lies. Policy made this system. Policy, written by representatives who answer to you, not to the corporate donors, can repair it. It's not some utopian promise. That is how democratic self-government is supposed to work. My name is Melissa Chaudhry. I'm running for Congress in Washington's 9th Congressional District, South King County, south of Seattle. My campaign takes no corporate PAC money, nothing from foreign interests, nothing from defense contractors, and no killer robot money, unlike the incumbent Adam Smith, who takes money from Palantir and from Anduril, who makes robot weapons. That means I only answer to you. America is not broken beyond repair, but she cannot fix herself. Care, courage, the Constitution. Let's get to work.